Good day to my classmates and professors. Thank you for this opportunity. Today, I would like to share my insights on new media, on how new media platforms such as the internet, radio, ebooks, mobile applications, and other digital tools play a vital and strategic role in development communication in the Philippines. To begin, let us look at the current communication landscape. According to the Philippine Institute for Development Studies or PIDS 2025, digital growth in the Philippines has significantly transformed how Filipinos access information and participate in civic spaces. Internet penetration has reached a large portion of the population, and social media usage remains among the highest globally. However, PIDS also notes that connectivity gaps and disparities in access continue to pose challenges. In this environment, digital channels give development communicators opportunities to reach broader audiences, promote citizen engagement, and design innovative strategies that go beyond traditional print or broadcast communication. Based on the study of Lorenzana 2021 on digital communication in the Philippines, the use of new media has redefined the relationship between information providers and audiences. Platforms like internet radio and live stream community radio now merge the reach of traditional broadcasting with the participatory potential of online tools. From the study conducted by Mariah 2023 on radio-based instruction, such hybrid formats have enhanced community engagement and improved educational outcomes, especially in areas where face-to-face communication is limited. This supports the idea that integrating traditional and the new media is effective for development communication programs, particularly in disaster preparedness, local governance, and health promotion. According to Putain and Shano 2022, the use of interactive ebooks can also support development goals, especially in education and knowledge dissemination. Their research revealed that students using interactive ebooks perform significantly better in mathematics than those relying on printed materials. In the context of development communication, this implies that ebooks and digital learning materials can facilitate large-scale capacity building efforts, especially in geographically dispersed or resource-constrained communities. From strategic point of view, Gallegos 2025 emphasized that digital media enables organizations to use participatory communication strategies, combining traditional and online channels to build stronger stakeholder engagement. New media platforms promote two-way communication, allowing feedback, community input, and participatory monitoring. They also enable message targeting and personalization, where content can be tailored for specific audiences such as farmers, fisherfolks, youth, or persons with disabilities. Furthermore, digital content where audio, video, or ebooks can be easily reproduced and redistributed, making communication campaigns more cost-effective and scalable. However, according to Espinosa and Gomez 2025, the benefits of new media can only be realized when issues of equity and accessibility are addressed. Their analysis on ICT integration in the Philippine schools points out that significant gaps in infrastructure, digital literacy, and affordability still persist, especially in rural areas. Similarly, the study by PIDS 2025 reiterates that these disparities must be bridged through inclusive digital policies. Without doing so, the digital transformation risks widening existing social inequalities. From the review of Philippine-based digital media research, ResearchGate 2024, scholars argue that digital communication in the Global South should not merely imitate Western models, but should integrate local culture, language, and community participation. This aligns with the foundational principles of development communication, communication that empowers, listens, and responds to the people's lived realities. Given these insights, here are some practical recommendations for development communication practice in the Philippines. Number one, adopt hybrid communication strategies by combining internet radio, podcasts, and social media with traditional channels like community radio and printed materials, ensuring inclusion for areas with weak connectivity. Number two, develop low bandwidth, device friendly content such as downloadable ebooks or SMS based materials to make digital resources accessible to all. Number three, invest in local content production and training, empowering community broadcasters, teachers, and development workers to produce relevant and culturally grounded content. And lastly, institutionalize participatory monitoring using community feedback and analytics to continuously refine and improve communication initiatives. In conclusion, based on the literature and current practices, it is clear that new media are no longer supplementary tools but essential instruments for effective development communications here in the Philippines. If used inclusively and strategically, these platforms can bridge communication gaps, enhance participation, and support sustainable development outcomes. As digital access expands nationwide, this is the right moment for development communicators to embrace innovation while ensuring that no one is left behind. Thank you very much for your attention.